3D in the big picture here where Chris Sanders' shot is. We'll give the control room just a second to get that going. Again, there's about 257, 256, so about 20 minutes ago. Boy, look at that hook. That is real impressive. Looking back at the velocity, look how strong that was. Absolutely all right, Chris Sander from Lone Wolf, just to the west of Hobart. Probably a tornado on the ground there, I'd say. Looking at some of the velocities and how strong they were, I wouldn't be surprised if a tornado was skipping along that and probably rain-wrapped for about 2 or 3 miles just to the east of Lone Wolf. Looking at the velocity now, again, new mesocyclone forming, and this is going to happen. And I think the new meso, Damon, I think, you know, we talk about mesos. When I say that, I'm meaning the heart of the storm, the wall cloud where we're going to find a tornado. I think this one right here is an old one, and there's a new one forming down here. So let's hit it with the intensity. And again, yeah, right here, I think there's a new meso forming. Look at the view from Sky 5. He's looking at the new area rotation. This is going to be just to the north of Hobart with Sky 5. And we're really going to have to watch that because this storm has amazing inflow, not amazing, but an intense inflow. What does that mean? A lot of moisture and heat streaming right into it, Damon.
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So brand new update now with this storm is that the tornado warning is being replaced, at least for the short term, with a severe thunderstorm warning. What does that mean for us right now? That means that at least for the time being, the rotation, as Jonathan showed you, may have come down, but it's still there. It's certainly a little bit weaker, but again, knowing what we're working with here, I would not be surprised if this storm becomes tornado warned once again as it moves up to the northeast. And I do see now a lot more storms that are going to be going up as we go into the next little while here. So Jonathan, it's a story with that. Jonathan, let's go up to Woodward and let's just make our way from the north down to the south, because there are storms that are now going up out across northwestern Oklahoma. In northwestern Oklahoma, this was an area that had a much bigger tornado risk today than what we saw down to the south. So here's going to be one cell near Fort Supply. Yeah.
It's looking pretty significant there, and he's right on that, not to interrupt you, but he's on that storm just southeast of Fort Supply. It's rotating.
Yeah, no, we're going to look at, we'll have to get Buck's stream up in just a second here, again, because Buck is going to be looking at this storm. He's coming in right now. This is his picture right here on the left-hand side of your television screen there. Again, this is coming in from Buck King. He is going to be up near northwestern parts of Oklahoma, just northwest of Woodward, looking into this storm. And again, there's some rotation with this cell. Right now, though, this storm is producing, if anything, some very large hail with it just northwest of Woodward, moving up to northeast here. This is the high risk area that we had for severe weather today. So updated storm track here. It is currently 321. This goes into Fort Supply in the next 3 minutes. Buck, out to you we go. Severe thunderstorm warning inside of a PDS tornado watch. What are you seeing?
Damon, I'm just a little bit south and west of Fort Supply Lake, and as you can see in my picture, we still have a significant lowering in this storm. The rotation's still not very tight, but it appears to be rapidly increasing in intensity. Back to you guys.
All right, yeah, we're going to stay in close contact there. Again, this is coming in from Buck. He's up near Woodward. And again, this storm, as he just mentioned, shows some signs of increasing intensity. I totally agree with him 110% on that one. Again, this storm moving up to the north. And again, this storm right here will miss Woodward. But still, for those of us up near Fort Supply, watching this one. For those of us down in Woodward, we had one thunderstorm come right on through. We have more storms coming up into Woodward, then Visay to Leedy to Putnam. More storms going up. These are all severe thunderstorm warnings inside of a PDS tornado watch. So Jonathan is highlighting here. So we've got this one storm here. We've got this second storm that's going to be southwest of Woodward. We're going to have another one that's going to be in between Leedy and Putnam. Then we'll have a few more down near Clinton. Clinton now in a severe thunderstorm warning. So this is not a day where we're just working one storm. We are now working many storms. And again, this is going to be our tornado warning that was down near north of Hobart. As you can see, this is our fourth storm. And again, all of these storms we're watching. And then we got this tornado warning that is going to be south and west of Frederick, Oklahoma. And this storm, oh my goodness, now that's a hook echo right there. That actually might stay a little bit more in the Texas, but that's a very well-defined hook echo with this cell. And again, this moving up to the northeast. Chris Lee is closest to this storm, so again, we'll have to get Chris Lee on this one. But this is looking at this from a radar standpoint, that is a horrible thing to see right there. And again, look at that hook echo right there. Again, we are south of the Red River, but this storm actually makes its way more to the right. This will put places more southern tiers of Oklahoma or even Wichita Falls in play. Again, that storm is just unbelievable. Jonathan.
It's a beast. Look at it. That's when you look at that, that is a scary looking storm, not just from the intensity, but the velocity. Look at the velocity. That is unreal. How strong that is. Again, out just south of the Red River, but let me tell you, and it's going to be about an hour before it crosses the river, but let me tell you, if that thing comes into Oklahoma doing what it's doing right now, we're going to have a long-lived supercell, cyclic supercell, potentially producing a long-track tornado. And that's where Chris Sander, I thought he was looking at the Hobart storm, but he decided to blast south. That's what he's doing. He's blasting south to get on this storm to meet it when it crosses the red near Frederick and Chattanooga. I mean, that's a ways out, but let's do a storm track on it. Let's say it kind of goes like that. And is that the storm that comes into Oklahoma City and several, I mean, how many hours away is that? I don't know. It's probably after 7 or 8, but we'll have to watch it closely.
Yeah, that one needs to be watched as well. So again, this is looking down into Texas, but right now, certainly you can see what we're dealing with storms this afternoon. We have lots of storms. This one's all by itself too. This is what we call those discrete supercells, and these are the ones that can just be horrible. So back over into Oklahoma we go, south of Clinton, Cordell, Sentinel, north of Babs. These storms going up. This is still warned on. It's still a tornado warning inside of a severe thunderstorm warning. And this storm still shows signs of rotation as we were watching earlier. And I still feel like this storm is probably going to be one that could still very well become stronger as we go into the next little while here. You can see at least we have some rotation there near the community of Rocky. Might even see some weak rotation ongoing just northeast of Hobart. Fairly broad rotation right now. However, I want to watch see if this thing can tighten back up again just east of the community of Rocky here. So north of Hobart, as Jonathan is showing you, just west of Godebo, some rotation ongoing right now as in between Hobart and Godebo. I'm still treating this storm like it's a serious tornado warning, and so you do need to be going into your innermost room of your house. Now, I know what happens out here. When we have these tornado warnings, first thing people want to do is they want to go outside and look for it. And again, this storm right here has already produced a very large tornado that occurred about 90 minutes ago. Still moving up to the north and northeast, Bessie, Cordell, Corn, you're getting the heavy rain. Hail core, large hail core is going to be just southeast of Sentinel. And as you can see, even from the picture coming in from this is actually down near Woodward, but you see that green sky. And again, when that sky turns green, you know there's certainly some bad stuff going on. And again, that picture coming in from Buck up in near just northwest of Woodward. So tornado warning moving up to northeast. Sky 5 looking into the storm. Let's look at Sky 5 shot right now, bring it up full so we can look in to see exactly what Sky 5 is giving us from the air. But again, Sky 5 is looking to us. It looks like it's fairly dark. Picture there with Sky 5. There's a lot of moisture in here. These storms are likely to become rain wrapped, but here's Sky 5. Here's going to be Brad Souter looking at Sky 5's picture right here. Again, dark sky looking just to the west, and there's not going to be much visuals out of these storms. Again, you can see here the leading edge. But then once you get into if any tornado is going to be occurring today, again, they might be visual for the first 5 minutes, and then they quickly become rain wrapped. And so that's just the type of atmosphere we have. You can feel that humidity that came in today. I mean, in the last 24 hours, it quickly became humid. I mean, last night it was a dry night, and then today you wake up and you feel that humidity, and that's that is just one of the ingredients of many that these storms need. Back over to First Alert Doppler 3D, putting a storm track on this storm that Sky 5 is looking at here. If it continues to lift up to the northeast, Rocky at 327, we go into Cordell at 344, Corn 357, Weatherford at 415, Hydro 421, Bridgeport, American Horse Lake right around 430. As the storm keeps moving up to northeast, and it does include it tracking right over Interstate 40 with this storm right here. Some what I would say is a very messy storm mode this afternoon, just west of this main supercell. I see more storms going up. Oh, there you go. Jonathan is doing it again.
A couple minutes ago, the new meso was forming, and here it's unfolding in front of our eyes. It's starting to spin up. HP supercell. High precipitation, you're not going to see it. Low visibility, but let me tell you, with First Alert Doppler and dual pole mode, it is really starting to crank up. So, you know, I think on a scale level here, that warning, you can see the red polygon where the warning was. I really think this is ramping up, and I wouldn't be surprised if a new tornado warning is going to be issued on it. Our chasers are on it. Michael's coming into the backside. Field meteorologist Michael Armstrong, you're just to the west of Cordell. Boy, that supercell storm right in front of you is intense.
Well, it's going to have some very large hail too, Slud. Just thinking about that, I mean, Cordell, you guys are going to have some very, very significant hail before this thing is all said and done. But we're going to have to come across the north side of it, which we will do, and then we'll be right there with the circulation. Yeah, this is the storm in the state right now to watch. This is the previously tornado-warned storm as it lifts northeastward, perhaps up toward Weatherford or Hinton. We're going to have to watch it in case it turns right. Then it might come in more toward El Reno, Canadian County, and the west side to the metro. But this thing, the velocities look very significant right now. Thankfully, it is over a fairly rural area, but northeast of Rocky, if there's not a tornado on the ground, I mean, it looks pretty significant to me, guys.
Yeah, no, you're spot on there. I mean, this storm is certainly one to watch. Brand new tornado warning. We told you earlier that this storm was likely to see a new tornado warning issued with it, and sure enough, we're gonna get a brand new tornado warning coming in with this cell right here. And we've got this storm surrounded. Sky 5. We've got Brad Souter. We've got field meteorologist Michael Armstrong looking right into the storm just south of Bessie. But Cordell, Corn, Colony, Hydro, brand new tornado warning. There you go. You can see it taking it up to the northeast, and this will be bringing it right over I-40 eventually. Let's go out to meteorologist Brad Souter. Brad, brand new tornado warning was just issued with this storm. What are you seeing?
Not a damn thing, guys.
We'll get Brad Souter back on in just a second here. But once again, brand new tornado warning was just issued. And again, you can see here, let's go back over to First Alert Doppler 3D. So from Cordell, Corn, Colony, Hydro, this storm, brand new tornado warning until 4:15 for Caddo and Ouachita County. And it's going to be this storm moving up to the northeast. So Cordell, Corn, Colony, Hydro going into your tornado shelter right now as the storm is moving up to the northeast. Brad Souter looking right into the storm, looking up to the north. But this is, as we mentioned before, was going to be a storm that I expected to become tornado warned again, and sure enough, it's doing exactly what we expected it to. And so for those of us, even from Eakly up towards Weatherford, some towns looking downstream, again, you too are going to be in the path of this storm, as this storm is likely to make its way right over I-40 and will eventually come into more populated areas here. So this storm, especially if it becomes more tornado warned, begins to move more to the right, will make its way into western parts of Canadian County here. And so Sky 5 looking right into the storm right now. And as you can see there, Sky 5 once again bringing you the pictures from the sky, these aerials, HP supercells. You're going to hear us say that a lot today. High precip supercells, but having that eye from the sky looking right into it at least gives us a better visual with this storm. And so again, we've got Sky 5, we've got meteorologist Brad Souter looking right into this storm, and again, we've got the storm surrounded as it moves fairly quickly up to the northeast at about 40 to 45 miles per hour. So right now, we're going to find that rotation east of Rocky. Rocky, you are not in the tornado warning. That's good for you. You do not have to go into your shelter with this cell, but from Mountain View up to northeast, you do. Let's go back out to Brad Souter. Brad Souter, out to you we go. What are you seeing?
Okay, Damon, we're getting our shot lined up here now. We are to the east of Hobart by just a few miles on that tornado-warned storm that you're looking to the north right now. So we've been watching a few areas to spin up with this. Earlier, we had a very weak funnel, and it was very high base, but it was not associated with the stronger lowering that you have back to the north. This storm is going to be really wrapped up in rain. I know it's been very slow moving for a number of hours now, a couple hours this has been ongoing, and so it's wrapping in a copious amount of precipitation, not a very visible storm or visual storm at all, and that makes it that much more dangerous.
Really does make it that much more dangerous. And so again, this picture right here coming in from meteorologist Brad Souter out there with Mark Fricklin this afternoon watching this storm. And again, this is the only tornado warning cell that we have right now in the state, although every storm does need to be watched as it moves up to the northeast. And so once again, tornado warning remains in effect for this storm. Let's go out to Chris Lee right now. KOCO5 storm chaser Chris Lee, what are you seeing?
Yeah, this has really tightened up the rotation here on the back of this storm, and actually had a funnel right in the middle there. You can see it kind of pieces coming down towards the ground. This is, I'm looking over towards the Mangum area. I'm south of Granite on Highway 6. I got a funnel most of the way to the ground right now. It's off to my west towards the town. It looks like it'll be just north of the town of Mangum. And it appears to be dissipating but it was very, very distinct, very hard rotation, and then it produced that funnel. And you saw it there really quickly. There, it went most of the way to the ground, and there's still a lot of rotation in that thing, that funnel that's pointing towards the ground there.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and we are in the atmosphere is certainly capable of producing a lot of spitting storms today, which is why we had this rare PDS tornado watch that was issued. Again, PDS stands for particularly dangerous situation. This is a higher end tornado watch. This is not just your normal tornado watch. This is going to be one step above that, and it is the highest tornado watch that we usually ever have issued. So again, Chris Lee coming in his picture right now down near Mangum with this storm, and again, this storm right now is still severe warned on. For, let's see here, excuse me, I'm battling some allergies here. Chris Lee is going to be on this storm that's going to be warned on for some small hail moving up to the northeast. So again, that's the latest right there with that cell down there in Mangum. All right, let's go back up to, let's look at the bigger picture once again real quick. Look at this storm right here. Jonathan, what's the velocity looking like within this cell? Because this one right here, I know this one's going to be tight.
And it's going to be wrapped in rain. Okay, so let's turn reflectivity back on. There's shear rate. Boom, that's good. That matches up. And there you go. There you go. Okay, let's go to Val Castor on the ground and get an update from Val. And Val, the circulation is it's back to tornado strength now. Circulation back to tornado strength, Val Castor. Give us an update. It's going to be wrapped in rain. Dangerous storm with possibly a tornado wrapped in rain. And it's headed to Corn and Colony. Give us an update.
Okay, David, look, our shot, that's our roof cam shot right now. That's looking back to our southwest. That rotation is back to our west, and you're right. It's wrapped up in the rain. That's dangerous. And it is wrapped up hard in the rain from our vantage point. Also, David, I can see a lot of green color in the sky, which obviously indicates hail. So really, really strong storm, and like you said, getting wrapped up again. So you people in Corn and Colony, man, this is a mean storm. Watch out for it. Back to you, David.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Val. If you don't get a tornado, we hope you don't. You're going to get damaging wind in a damaging hailstorm, and it's going to be, I'm talking big time. All right, big time storm going on. This is the front lip of the mesocyclone down there. That was that front lip from Val shot. That's the wrap. That's what it looked like in Elk City yesterday. To everybody out there that was chasing and everybody that was watching, it was just a big shroud wrapped in rain. Go ahead, Lacey.
Just telling you, Alan's actually underneath it, has a good shot of it, too.
All right, let's go to Alan Ambrosi, and southern part of the storm still hanging out a bit. Alan, what do you think? Is it rotating?
North of Godebo, just a few miles, and this thing is really wrapping up over the last minute. It was just definitely had a lot of motion upward. We got small funnels coming out of it right now. Nothing on the ground yet, but it's pretty low to the ground, David. Back to you. We're going to keep an eye on it.
All right, yeah, please do, Alan. You're looking off to the north, and stay with it here. Stay with it here. We'll see what it does. Obviously, the wall cloud continues to get a little bit better organized, but as of right now, it's not on the ground. Okay, look at the wind velocities here. Let's go to Storm Shield. And, wow, you folks in Cordell, you're getting some major wind right now. Query that. It's going to be 70 to 80.
Yeah, they've got some debris in the streets there, David.
Yeah, there you go. 70 to 80 winds right now in Cordell. Tennis ball size hail, baseball size hail in Cordell. Let's turn on reflectivity. Turn on reflectivity. And let me show you what it looks like. Oh, wow. And look how the hail is being brought in around the mesocyclone. Area of spin is here. The hail is being pulled in. And look, it looks like it's a pretty amazing shot here. Okay, we have kind of the flanking line coming in from the southwest. We have a band of precip coming in from the northeast. This is a screaming eagle we're talking about. Big screaming eagle. Boom. There's the beak, right? You can see where the wings are clearly, and look at the hail being pulled back into the mesocyclone. Okay, big area of rotation is right here, big area of rotation, and everything in the atmosphere from the ground up is being pulled in. So this hail is going up in the updraft, and it starts to wrap around. That's incredible. Baseball size hail. What'd you say? Val has some strong inflow. Yeah, and Val, let's go to Val Castor. Val, strong circulation now just to your southwest. Give us an update on your winds. What do you think, buddy?
Oh, David, we've got east winds pretty much due east, and it's picking up the further we go up here. It's strong, 40 to 45 inflow, and, I mean, this is speeding straight from the east to the west back into that circulation, which is now just a little west-southwest of us here.
So, by the strength of the inflow, I would say this thing is increasing, David.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Val. It looks like at this point, if it doesn't slow down, if it doesn't begin to spin down, it's going to continue to spin up. We're probably going to get another tornado, and it's going to try to be wrapped in rain. All right? That's the scariest kind. Big, big, huge storm. It would cover every square mile of Oklahoma County. All right? Hank's still looking at the area of circulation down there. Vaughn is closing in on that southern storm that's going to be coming into Oklahoma out of Texas. And there's Val Schott, and the tornado is going to be back in here. Now, this can come out. It can come out. That rain can go away, and we'll start to see it. That can happen. But look at the hook, folks. Look at the wrap coming around. Jim Gardner's right there. Wow, look at Jim's shot. Hey, see, folks? See Jim's shot? Or see Jim? That's his picture. Look at the right side of the wall, the right side of the lip, all the way back over here, the left side of the lip there. Look at that. Wow, that is impressive. Jim, that circulation tucked back into the west-southwest of you there. Give us an update. It's getting stronger. Jim Gardner? No Jim Gardner. We lost him for just a second. Okay, Lacey, did you have something?
Yeah, I just keep keeping an eye on the storm that's just to the west of Tologa. David has a hook on it now. The hail course coming up. Darren's right there, but that's the storm that's strengthening the most intense that I've seen in the last 5 minutes. Okay,
Darren's headed back. Yes, he's getting back in position.
David, tornado warning, Dewey County.
All right, let's go. Let's go to Dewey County. Let's go to Darren Stevens. Let's bring his shot up. Yeah. And this has been getting stronger and stronger. Darren Stevens, tornado warning for your storm. It's happening right now just to your east, and you're coming in on it. You can see the rain-free base. I see it to your northeast right there. I see the rain-free base. Give us an update, Darren Stevens. We just lost him. Okay, well, there's his shot. This is a rain-free base, okay? That's it. Let's go back to Storm Shield. Let's go to Storm Shield control room, and then we'll get Darren's. There we go.